So I come all this way here, and I tell you, I've given you some advance warning. Dress up. It's the Halloween special episode.
I asked you what you're wearing though.
Yeah, I told you. I said just keep it cash. Like, don't make it too obvious.
So this is your Halloween. This is your Halloween.
You can't work
dress-up.
out who I am.
Who the hell are you? You look like a disgraced magician.
Disgraced magician.
Disgraced magician.
I saw you, and I was like, "Are you dressed up as like Edward Cullen from Twilight?" Because that's the only thing I'm getting. This is it's the jumper, the hat. I'm just missing the claws, man. Like the Freddy Krueger.
Wolverine.
Freddy Krueger.
Wolverine. By the way, the joke's on you because I have never watched Twilight, so
It's not a joke.
it is a joke.
It's not a joke. I
You're a
literally
joke.
gave you one.
You're a joke.
Okay.
This is the GrassTooth podcast.
Seeing that it's Halloween,
Mm.
I think we should talk about horror films.
Okay.
I've recently started to really enjoy horror films. I think over the last year, I've decided it's probably one of my... It's going up there in the ranks of favourite film genres.
Really?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on horror films?
My thoughts on horror films.
Yeah.
I think
like
you know my
them?
thoughts on horror films.
Do you like them? Do you find them a bit thrilling?
I can't watch horror films.
Why?
It's not my jam, man. It's not my thing.
Why? You don't like
It's
it?
because I watched one horror film when I was really young.
What was it?
It was like an Asian one,
Okay.
but it was super scary.
Asian
right?
horror is pretty...
I think I was like 8 or 9. I think my dad was watching it, and I just got a glimpse of it. Right. I think basically this, if I remember correctly, there was a scene where like some guy was looking into a mirror,
Mm.
and then something.
What the hell?
Did you see that? It's Halloween, bro.
Okay.
Did you see that?
No, carry on. It was just a fluke, bro. It just happens, you know.
You sure that's just a fluke?
Yeah.
I'm literally talking about a horror film, and that just happened. Oh my god.
Go on.
Okay. So I was watching this horror film. Well, I got a glimpse of it. It's basically the scene that I remember, and this is when I was 9, so my memories of it is a bit hazy. But there's a guy looking into a mirror, and then something just pops out, like from behind him in the mirror, and he sees it, and I almost died when I saw that.
It's a classic like horror kind.
Yo, I feel some sort of spirit in here. Like, what is going on here?
Do you wanna just take it down?
Huh?
Do you wanna just take it
No,
down?
let's just leave it, man.
Okay, let's see where it goes.
Let's just see what happens to it. But yeah, no, basically the guy just pops out of nowhere.
It's a classic horror. Like,
it is, right?
yeah.
But as a 9-year-old who's
No, for sure.
you know,
It's
I'm a
terrifying.
virgin to horror films.
Yeah.
This is something else. And like because of that, I distinctly remember I couldn't look into a mirror
Mm.
for about half a year. Like I literally have a quick glimpse and I just run away.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm brushing my teeth, I'm like, and I just run away because
To
I
be
can't
honest,
handle
I
it.
still feel a bit. Whenever I'm in the dark and I see a mirror, I can't.
You can't, right?
Because just in case there's something.
Even
there.
as a grown man,
Even as a grown man, I still can't.
Do you have this thing as well? Whenever like, I don't know if it's just me as well, but in terms of, you know, when you're in the dark
Mm.
and like, well, as in like you're in a room, right? Say you're downstairs in the kitchen,
Mhm.
and then you're gonna go upstairs and you're in the house by yourself, and obviously you have to turn all the lights off, right? Because cost of living, electricity is
Yeah.
very, very expensive. Do you do that thing where like you just turn the light off and you leg it upstairs, like you just like something's chasing
It
you?
depends. I feel like there's two sides to me. One
Yeah.
side, if I'm feeling scared, I will leg it. Other side, I'm like, you know what? I can beat this. This isn't gonna get to me.
Really?
And I take my time. I'm like, you know what? Let me.
But what differentiates it? When do you feel confident? When do you not feel
I
confident?
can't tell you that. It just depends. I don't know. It could be the food that I've eaten that day. It's just
Really?
like giving me the
The courage,
strength,
the
and
mutton
courage.
biryani,
Yeah,
is
the
just
mutton
giving you
biryani.
the,
Yeah.
just giving you that.
Or I've
grit.
had a little egg crest sandwich or something, and I'm like, oh, let's run
Oh,
up
you
the
can't
stairs.
beat anyone with that, can you? Oh wow, yeah. No, I mean in terms of horror films, it's just not my jam. So from that, right, I couldn't watch. I was just a very, very scared child for a long time, and I guess I still am. And then my next experience with horror films was actually, and I don't even know, is it even considered a horror film? Final Destination?
Yeah, I'd say it's horror.
Is it
See,
a horror
this is an
film?
issue,
Horror-y?
Like, I don't know if is a horror film just those like jump scare possession-y type. No, I don't think so. I think it's a very broad genre.
Mm. So like,
So tell me what happened with Final Destination.
I can't remember which. There was one particular scene that stood out to me. It was when that lady went into like a suntan thingy, and she just gets fried in the suntan lounge thingy. That kind
The
of
sunbed.
the sunbed.
I think it's called a sunbed.
I think it's a sunbed, right?
Okay.
Like it's not particularly scary, but it just left a really weird like image in my mind. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
something that I didn't feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I've never gone into a sunbed anyway, and it's
Mm.
not my jam, but I would never go into one now. So it's just I don't know, man. It's just I'm not really about horror films. I just clocked. I was forced to watch one, when I didn't want to. It was with my girlfriend and some of her friends. Went to the cinema. I can't remember what the film was. I don't remember what it was called. It was like about like a nun.
Right. Was
And
it
then
not The Nun?
It might have been the nun. It might have been the nun. So I think it's the nun, right? And she's like, that was my first horror film in a number of years.
Right. And was it
Like,
scary?
Weirdly not, but there were definitely scenes. No.
Okay.
There were definitely scenes which were probably scary, but I didn't see them
Right.
because like I was pretending to see it, right?
Yeah.
But I was kind of like that, and then when
Right.
it got a little bit scary, I just put the
the
blinds down. And then when I hear people like not scream and like fidget in their
Right.
seats, then I'll be like, oh, okay,
okay.
it's all right, it's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
So like
So you barely watched
I
any
barely
of the
watched
horror.
it, I barely
You
watched
just
it.
watched the story.
I watched
without
about
any of the
70% of it. Yeah,
horror. Okay.
that film started off really weirdly.
Mm.
The film, like, it was one of those things where when the film started, I knew I was going to be in for a long ride,
Uh-huh.
right? Because the first part of the film is basically this woman banging her head against the door, right? And I know that doesn't like sounds a bit
No,
weird,
no,
right?
as in if
But,
it's
like, in the
filmed,
cinema,
yeah.
And like when it was happening, I was literally like grabbing my seat and I was sweating and I was like, oh my god, this is the first second of this film. Like, are you mad? I'm not going to survive this. But yeah, you know, I can't do it. But what about you?
When so we were watching Paranormal Activity, the first time, the young boy.
Mm-hmm.
I was in bed with my brother, just watching it, and you know, it's just like the first 3/4 of the film is very slow. It's basically a couple moves into a possessed house,
Right.
and things happen. You know, like the poster there. Things
Don't
just
say
move
that.
about. Sorry.
I'm shaking right now. Don't say that.
Things move about. The
Mm.
doors open and close. You know, random sounds. People getting dragged out of bed and stuff. So we're just sitting there watching for we're like an hour in, just completely silent, just waiting for the next thing to happen. And like the door on the screen like slowly starts moving. We're just watching it, and then our door, I promise
You're
you,
lying.
slowly starts moving, and we both like look from the screen like over to the door, and we're both like, and my dad's head just pops. And he's like, "What are you two doing?" And we're like, "Oh, we're just watching a movie." He's like, "Clean your room," and he just leaves.
What was scarier, the film or your dad?
No, the chore of
chore.
cleaning our
The chore
room.
cleaning your room
That's
was
the
worse.
true horror, man. Yeah.
That's what the coincidence on that though, man. That's kind of that would have that's
No,
kind of
it freaked me out at the time.
really. But like, I distinctly remember you not being that scared of horror films, or is that just have I gotten that completely wrong? Because
Where'd you get that?
I remember you were telling me you watched a horror film, but you just weren't scared from it.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot for me to get scared.
Really?
There's been a couple of horror films where I've genuinely been terrified.
Okay.
Hereditary being
You
one.
told me about this.
The experience in the cinema when I first watched it, I was just like, I don't want to be here right now.
But okay, let me ask this, right? Because you were scared whilst you were watching it, or like it definitely gave you a bit of fear, right?
Mhm.
But did you enjoy it? Is that something you enjoyed?
I appreciate what everything they did to get
Mm.
me to that level. I think
Okay.
that's really good on them for that.
Right.
Yeah, because it's quite difficult to get me scared with films. Yeah, as in jump scares don't count for me because I think it's easy to do a jump scare. It's like
Right.
everything outside of a jump scare. If a jump scare is well earned,
Mm-hmm.
then props to them.
Or like gore when things are gruesome. Do you consider that? Do you not really consider that horror? Either?
Sometimes it depends
Depends on
what's going
the
on.
film.
Yeah.
What about the aftermath? What you like after a really good horror film? What you like? Because I told you about my mirror story. I couldn't look
Right.
into a mirror
Yeah.
for half a year. Like after Hereditary or any other good horror films that you've watched. What's
After
the aftermath?
Hereditary, I had trouble sleeping for a while. I just kept imagining things, and I was like, I know
Yeah.
it's not real. Let me just sleep.
This is my problem. My mind is so imaginative
Yeah.
that like I know obviously I know it is well hopefully it doesn't exist, but like it's probably not gonna happen to me. But like
Right.
my mind just makes it happen in my head.
And
And like I just freak myself out and I just can't handle it. That's like I know myself really well. That's why I can't watch horror films because it just I don't know, man. It just puts me in a really weird place.
I think I haven't been scared of watching horror films. I think when I'm in a group, I'm better because
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a joke. And then I kind of broke that with I went to watch It Follows, which came out a couple of years ago in the cinema
It
by
follows.
myself.
Is that the clown?
No, that's just it.
Oh, okay.
He does follow too,
Oh, okay.
but two different
Something
films.
else. Okay.
It's about it's like this curse that gets passed on to people once, like, yeah, it gets passed on to people, and once you have the curse, this thing just slowly like walks towards you, and if it catches you, it will you know.
What if it's the dad?
Huh?
What if it's the dad trying to give the person some chores?
Huh?
What if it's the dad giving the person some chores?
It like changes its like appearance as well, so you might think it's something. But also, I watched another film called Angst. It's like this German film from a while back. I watched that by myself, and that scared me a bit. So it's about a serial killer.
Okay. Gets
out of prison, and the first thing he wants to do as soon as he's out of prison is go and murder some people. And you just follow him as he goes from prison, and he like chooses a house, and it's actually it. I watched it, just glued, my eyes glued to the screen. I was like, "This is horrifying."
Really.
And as soon as the movie finished, I was like appreciating it a lot because it's like so well made, and I was like, "Oh, this is like they did what they were supposed to do." As soon as the movie ended, I was in my house by myself. And I was like, there's someone in this house.
All the doors closed, really?
Definitely is someone in this house.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't leave my room right now because if I step out my door, someone's going to be waiting for me.
You like sometimes see yourself after a horror film. Like I just clocked as well. Like I watched another one. Again, I was forced. I keep getting forced to watch these things. Because
you should never do
my girlfriend is
a
psychopath. And she drags me to these things. She actually dragged me to Thorpe Park. Because I'm petrified of heights as well, and I can't do roller coasters. And she dragged me there.
Are you okay putting all your vulnerabilities out
there?
Yeah,
I think it is what it is, man. I'd rather be honest and transparent with who I am and my shortcomings.
I admire that about you, man.
Thank you, bro. But I watched this film again. I can't remember what it was called, but it's basically about this this couple. They move into this new place, and like this woman, she's not working, so she's staying at home, and she lives in like they live in an apartment,
right?
And then in the opposite apartment block, like every night she's looking out the window, and there's this guy, like she sees a silhouette of a guy in one of the opposite blocks,
right?
And like the guy it's a really ominous silhouette just of a man there just staring, right? And like you can't really see the face of the guy, but then essentially she comes across him. This guy's a serial killer. He's been murdering bare people,
right?
And then she keeps going, there's a guy staring at me, like there's something wrong. And like the husband and the police are going, you're just being a bit, calm down, man. You're just being a bit.
Calm down. Whoa.
Literally just like chill. Just take a chill pill, man. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind, right? So then she's going about, and then she comes across him and he tries to kill her, right? Anyway, after that scene, right, went home, right? Obviously, you know where I live. I live in an apartment block, right? And there's an apartment block opposite me.
Nice. Yeah.
I caught myself looking out the window and staring at a toddler. And I just had some dark thoughts, man. I had some really dark thoughts.
I thought the twist was going to be the toddler was, but you're gonna the toddler.
No, the toddler was
gonna attack you.
Yeah. It was barely 3 years old, probably. And I was rattling some toys, but I think that's what made it worse for me. That's what made it scary, because it was quiet. Very, very. It's normally not quiet around here, but it was quiet that day. But yeah, man, it's just my imagination, the things that my mind does. It's just not healthy if I watch horror films. So not a big fan of Halloween.
Yeah, it's a question of, do you even want to be in that state? Like, why would you do that to yourself?
It's mental torture for 6 months. For me, it lasts 6 months for me.
6 months?
6 whole months, man.
Wow.
As a minimum. I'm like looking around.
I'm never gonna make you watch, or unless if the viewers want, you need to watch a horror film.
No, please.
And go through some mental torture. All the listeners, let us know.
No.
Hit us up.
No.
Now it's time for the Glass Truth.
Yes.
The Glass Truth. Making sense of nonsense.
This is the Glass Truth, people. They're lying to you. They're all lying to you.
BS.
It's all lies. We're here to sift through that. All right? We're going to find out the truth.
Filter. Funnel. Sorry. Yes, we're here to filter through the BS with real life things. Sorry, I've taken over. My bad.
It's okay.
Gopi, what have you done? What have you found for us this week?
We're sticking to the Halloween theme.
Yes.
And I found some news.
What is it?
Some spooky news.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Are you a fan of spiders?
You know this.
How do I know this?
I'm an arachnophobe.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Mate, I am You've just brought things to the table that are petrified to me.
Let me tell you the news, and then you can go into this.
Okay, fine.
There are researchers
Mm-hmm.
in Houston, I think Texas,
USA.
What they've done
Mm-hmm.
is they've started reanimating spiders once they've died and using them for different purposes. So the idea for the mechanized arachnid grippers, or necrobots, that's what they're calling them,
Okay.
first came about when researchers noticed a dead spider curled up in a ball in a corner of their engineering lab.
Okay.
After looking up why the legs of dead spiders always seem to end up pulled tightly towards their abdomens, the scientists learned that spider joints were controlled through a hydraulic pressure system that fails when the arachnids die. So what they're doing with these spiders, right? Because their legs like close up like that, they're using them as grippers. You know, like the claw machines that you use?
Oh, like to try and get a toy.
Yeah. So they're using dead spiders to like pick up small items.
It's kind of freaky.
It's kind of freaky. I also think it's very disrespectful.
I was gonna say. So one sec. When you said reanimate, I had the idea of like it's like like a hologram. They turn it into a Disney film. They just see a dead spider.
They're not animating spiders.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought initially. So you mean they're making them into tools essentially?
It's like Frankenstein, you know. They're
right.
bringing
Okay.
They're not bringing it back to life, but they're repurposing dead spiders.
Right.
You know?
I'm firstly quite angry because they used the wrong term there.
Who? Did?
Reanimating is a very confusing term.
It's not the wrong term. You've just
Is it not the wrong
misunderstood it.
Okay. Right. But secondly, I'm angry and I'm on the same thing. Like that is very that's coming from an arachnophobe as well. That is
disrespectful, right?
That's bare disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like what? Like
let the spider die.
Are they just using like just dead spiders or?
Yeah, that's what else?
No, but I mean, like, is it just naturally dead spiders? Are they just going out to find naturally
dead
spiders?
I don't know if they're probably not killing spiders.
I hope not.
Yeah,
You should research into it because that's so. Okay, so let me get this right. They have dead spiders, and they do some mechanical engineering stuff.
Wire it all up. These engineers,
like Iron Man,
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man, off the dome. So they do this. They do all of this experiments, and they like repurpose them into like a claw thing.
Yeah.
Like a trash collection tool.
Yeah.
That you can get from Poundland.
Yeah.
For £1.
Yeah.
They do that to spiders.
How
No,
dare
I'm not on board with this.
It's not
this
okay,
is
it?
This is very no, that's unacceptable, man. There's because there's no dignity.
Yeah, no.
Where's the respect? Where's the respect? Spiders. Like when I kill a spider, right? Sorry, when I eliminate a spider, right? It's out of fear. I'm scared of this. I respect the spider.
Yeah, but like you're okay with killing a spider.
No, okay,
but you're not okay with using the carcass of that spider for other...
Absolutely not. Because this is my point. When I eliminate a spider, it's out of respect.
Right.
It's from a mutual. I fear the spider.
Right.
The spider probably fears me.
So to you, it's like
for me, it's like, listen, I have to eliminate you because if I don't, I'll probably like
my life
is in danger. So I need you to go. And it's the respect. I kill it. I just throw it out, right?
Yeah.
And it's the spider just kind of goes into the earth, and there's nothing, right?
That's
I don't
beautiful.
turn it. I'm not like a twisted ventriloquist, right? That goes out finding dead spiders and turning it into a puppet, picking stuff up. That's not me, man. And I think that's kind of unacceptable. Yeah, that's. I don't know. I'm not happy with that at all.
So this brought to mind a question.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to turn back into good old Bloomington.
Rumble Snacks,
Mr. Rumble Snacks himself.
Yes.
Rumble Snacks comes up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Says, Yoni, you don't know it yet, but you've slipped away in the night. Sad times. Sad times for everyone involved. And I've been given the task of asking you if we could repurpose your body, much like the spider was.
Reanimate
your body in whatever way. What would be the most respectful way to you? What would you be
respectful?
Okay? I'm going to give you some time to think about it. I'll give you my answer, maybe could inform yours.
Yeah.
So I've always had this fantasy type thing
Mm-hmm.
from a young age,
Right.
which is to, if I sit just right, still enough,
Right.
right,
Mm-hmm.
I could become a chair, like an armchair,
Okay.
right?
Right.
And one day, I'm just sitting in a room by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Someone will mistake me for a chair
Okay.
and actually sit on me.
And that's what you want. That's what you wanted.
I'd want to become a chair.
You want to become a chair.
Yeah. As in, if I don't complete that goal within my lifetime.
What about a bed or a sofa? Does it have to be a chair?
No, it has to be a chair.
It has to be. What type of chair? Is it one of those
Like
standstill chairs, or can it be like an office chair which rotates? Like
No. I'd want either like one of those, one person kind of.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what are they called?
Right.
I don't know what they're called.
Chairs.
As someone that's such a chair enthusiast, I should know. What
You should know this, right? Yeah.
Or I'd want to be like a rocking chair.
Oh.
That's another goal of mine. I want to get a rocking chair at some point.
A rocking
in my life.
chair.
I just want to be chilling.
Okay.
Have you got an answer?
I think I've got something. I mean, I've got two answers technically then.
Okay, go
on. I guess the first part of my answer is maybe turn me into like a robotic waiter.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
And get me a job. Find me a waiting job at like not really a high-end restaurant, but like maybe just somewhere underneath, right? Like a Nando's. All right, somewhere like a Nando's or a GBK. I wouldn't mind. And I'm a robotic waiter. Install some phrases in me. Like,
in your voice.
Hi, sir. Are you done, sir? Do you want the bill, sir? And that's my day job, right?
That would terrify me. If I was at Nando's and you just like rocked, you're on wheels.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm not coming straight. I'm waddling over.
Hi, sir.
Hi, sir.
Would you like to make
American
an order?
accent?
Of course you do.
Hi, sir. So, and the important part of this though is I actually want to do that actually because I want to get tips. All right.
Oh.
And I want someone to collect the tips.
Right.
And do you know what I want them to use them for?
What?
To liberate the spiders.
Liberate the spiders.
From Houston.
Amen.
I'm here for you, man. As an arachnophobe, I feel your pain. So that's one answer. I think the second answer, and it goes back to your chair one, right? For me, I've always had this dream. I don't know, a suppressed dream through embarrassment, but it's a dream nonetheless, right? Ever since I was young. Hey,
that's great. We both have these dreams.
Exactly.
Okay, carry on.
I mean, in terms of the spark for the dream was, my inspiration comes from a particular film.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, have you heard of Transformers?
I think I've come across
Transformers.
it, yeah.
Yes. I was infatuated with Optimus Prime. He was my hero.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since I was young, I've always wanted to be a Transformer.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to transform into a car
Wait.
and a human. So
wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
You want Bloomington
Yeah.
to take your body
Yeah.
and turn it into a transformer?
Into an Autobot.
How would that even work?
That's what I mean. Well, it depends on the skill level of the engineers at Houston, Texas, because they not only need to turn me into a human robot, but then they need to be transformed into a. Listen, if it's a Toyota Yaris, great.
It's not going to be a Toyota Yaris.
I mean, if it's too much,
it'll
then
be one of those. Smart cars.
A smart car
may be doable, but one of those like little kids when they like drive around. That's as much as you're going to get.
Wow, not even a Lime scooter.
No,
a little toddler's car.
A scooter? Would you be happy?
Scooter?
Bloomington's asking you. Scooter? Is that okay?
A scooter's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe a bike. I wouldn't mind.
That's just gonna be you bent like
yes,
your arms out.
Yeah, and there's attach a bell on my mouth. Yeah, I've always wanted to be a transformer. So if they can somehow turn me into a transformer, I would appreciate it. That's
both your answers. They're both like robotic.
Yeah.
So this is something that interests you. What is it about robots that gets to you?
Transformers. My.
Have you watched all the Transformers films?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's wild.
In disguise. Yeah. Yeah, I've pretty much watched all of them, man. Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, my favorites. They're my day ones.
And that's the gloss truth.
That's the gloss truth. I'm in my K-drama phase right now. So I wouldn't say I used to watch K-drama a lot, but I watched a few back in the day, but then I stopped because it's just too cringy. It's the romance, the drama, the comedy. It's just so like just so cringy.
What's cringy about it to you?
It's just like
over the top.
Over the top. It's like like when it's the end of one of the episodes, they do like the final scene, but it's like they do it 50 times.
Right.
It's just like slow motion, someone turning around and they're playing like a Korean ballad behind, and it's just like they do that, and there's 50 shots of that thing happening. And
you do realize you're speaking to someone that the kind of dramas I've watched, it's disgusting. You must have heard about all the Indian soaps.
Yeah. Well, one guy fights 100 people. And
no, that's the movies. We're not even talking about
that's
that.
Not even the TV
We're
shows.
talking about the TV shows, which is someone does something. It'll be the smallest. Someone drops a plate or something, right? And then you'll get reaction shots from everyone. And then like they'll be zooming in and zooms out, and like camera spins, like black and white, and like all these effects. Like the guy is scrolling through the effects list, and he's just pressing every single button. He wants to get through the whole
on iMovie.
Yeah. Like, so when it comes to cringe TV, I think we have you beat.
But then surely you respect it then, because
respect what?
Respect the fact that it's very cringy. K-drama has that, and why I wouldn't.
As in compared to,
it sounds like it's nothing compared to that, but it's still something.
No, I can understand that.
It's not bad, but like it's I had a bit of a hiatus on K-dramas. But then recently I watched one just for the sake of it. It's called The Glory. Have you come across The Glory before?
The Glory. I've been recommended it by a few people.
Really?
Yeah. I've got people in my family that watch K-dramas, man.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, do you kind of know what it's about, or?
As in, I've got an idea, but you might as well go ahead. I don't want to.
Okay, as in, like, it's essentially about this girl. She gets bullied mercilessly. Like, when I say bullying, it's not just a it's not just a look at your hair. It's
like relentless, like proper.
It's like it's painful. Core. It's like one of the girls. She gets bullied by a group of like middle schoolers who come from like really wealthy families. So like it's kind of like a class gap as well. That's like quite a
predominant theme in like Korean.
It is. Yeah. And the types of things they do, they like one of the girls has like a hot like hair curling iron, and it gets really hot, and like she burns like the girl. The girl that gets bullied gets like the victim. That's what I'm looking for. The victim gets like essayed. Yeah. And I'm not talking about dissertations. I'm talking about essayed.
No, I got it.
Right. She just gets dragged around. It's like horrific what she goes through, and it's the sad thing is that this sort of thing is happening in Korea. It's quite a prevalent problem in Korea generally. So I think not the whole series, but some parts of it apparently is based on actual like real life things that have happened. Right. Anyway, that happens, but then she then goes through that. She leaves the school. At this point, she doesn't have any family either. And then it's basically a revenge story.
Right.
But she goes through a villain arc, right? And do you know what she does? She becomes a teacher. Right?
Right.
And just to give you some context, becoming a teacher is it's prestigious here in the UK, but in Korea it's like a top prestigious job, and it's very difficult to become a teacher. It's very similar to becoming a lawyer or a civil servant in Korea. It's a top job, right? She becomes a teacher, and she becomes a teacher of one of the bullies' daughter.
Right.
And it's her revenge of like basically going through all of them and like Xing them off in a real psychopathic, but like you root for her.
Actually Xing them off.
Like actually Xing them off.
Oh, wow.
Xing them off, man. Yeah. Off the grid. And like you root for her because she deserves all of this of the pain that she went through. But it kind of got to me, man. It was like the first Korean drama I watched where it's like.
Have you finished it?
I finished it.
Is it like a one season type
It's a one season thing. I think there was like 16 episodes if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
There or thereabouts. But yeah, it's one season. And yeah, man, it's just kind of gripping. But it's one of those that isn't cringy. It's like completely different, which I really, really like. But yeah, it kind of got me. Like when I watched it, I thought of a question from it, right? Obviously, we both went to the same school.
We did.
Right?
Yes.
All right. It's not just university, guys. Went to the same high school. Like I've known this
And middle school.
and middle
Secondary
school.
school. And
I've
sixth
known
form.
this guy for 16, 17 years. 16 unfortunate
16, 17
years.
years. Yeah.
But I've known this guy, right? Do you know what it reminded me? Like I don't. With me personally, I never felt like I got bullied.
Mm.
Right? A lot of the stuff I got was probably deserved, right?
That's not true, but carry on.
There was one dark period in my life,
Okay.
right? And it was when my dad used to give me haircuts. When my dad used to give me haircuts, right? And the poor guy, man, he was trying his best, right? he bought a new razor. And he was happy with
like
it.
One of the first like instances I knew you from. Like it was like a defining feature.
A moment, yeah, for me.
Yeah.
And the school, right? But he used to give me haircuts, and like he just cut off this bit, but he would leave this bit, and he never used a bowl, but it basically was a bowl cut. And like, I think most of the time, like 7, 8 out of 10 times,
Mm.
I did my best to handle it, and I kind of took it as like, oh, it's kind of a funny joke, right? But there was there was this one time that really got to me,
Uh-huh.
right? And it was because it was unprovoked from a good friend of mine, right? I was just on Facebook and I saw a random post on my Facebook page,
Uh-huh.
and it's basically this guy just goes, "Yo, man, I'm just playing Mario Kart." And my character just ate you for speed. I kid you not. I literally started shaking. And like I literally went to bed and I was punching my pillows. That got me so hard. So just give me flashbacks of that, man. Back to high school, back to middle school. I don't. Did you go through any? I don't think you really went through anything like that.
Not really.
Not really, right? You're one of the good ones. One of the lucky ones.
Lucky. I was thinking it's not about being good.
Yeah, one of the lucky ones.
Let me think about it, actually. As in, there was one time where I think someone tried to bully me, and I ended up.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
You fought for justice.
Fought for justice.
You're a good guy.
Got a handshake
From
the head of year
From the head of year.
for fighting for justice.
Yeah. You deserved it, man.
Thank you, man.
Well played, well played. But yeah, I mean, obviously going back to the K-drama thing, it's like, yeah, no, it's just a bit of a surprise, man. I kind of enjoyed it. I think you'll enjoy it as well. I mean, it's not.
I'll check it out. I've heard too many good things, but
Yeah.
I will check it out.
And you're into your Korean film.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you've been in that era for a long time, but
Yeah.
you've kind of been into it, and obviously you're into the Park Chan-wooks,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Bong Joon-ho's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Into Lee Chang-dong right now.
Lee Chang-dong.
Yeah. Do you know him?
I don't know.
He's great. I think he's sort of competing with Park Chan-wook for top Korean director film.
He's top. Is Park Chan-wook top spot at the moment?
They're both fighting. I think
They're
because
kind of neck and neck.
Yeah.
Really. Okay.
Because I watched there's a film called Burning that came out a while back,
Mhm.
2018 I think,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like favorite Korean film.
Right.
And then Park Chan-wook came back with Decision to Leave, which just
Put him up there.
put him up.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that. I know you told me to watch
So
it.
good.
but
Oh my god,
Is it?
love it.
I'll give it a watch soon.
Yeah. I've watched something recently as well, which I enjoyed.
Okay.
Alice in Borderland.
Borderland.
Maybe multiple Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was really good. It was a very slow because I got recommended it by my niece. Shout out to my niece.
Shout out.
She said, "Yeah, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
If you liked Squid Game, you might like this."
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very slow, like
It took its time.
it took its time. That's
Right.
what slow burn. That's the word I was looking
Slow
for.
burner. Mm-hmm.
So with Squid Game, I think with the first episode I was in,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
whereas this, with each episode, it kind of weirdly hooked me in without me even realizing. Like
right.
for the entirety, there's 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Entirety of the first season, I was just like, oh, they're just
What
this
is
just
this?
whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're just trying to be wild,
Mm-hmm.
It's that film Battle Royale.
Yeah.
So like since then, everyone's just trying to do this kind of
Mhm.
Battle Royale type thing. But then like come second season, like with each episode, I'm just like, yeah, I just need to keep watching. You
Oh,
got
really?
I need
Just-
to find out what happens next.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I was like, I think this might be better than Squid Game.
Really? I've
Yeah.
heard that they're quite similar. Is that true? Because I've watched Squid Games, but I haven't watched Alice in
Similar kind
Borderlands
of
yet.
idea, which is like that whole Battle Royale type
Mm.
thing. If each person for
Fight for
themselves.
survival.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not the same. I don't
Right.
think. I think Alice in Borderland, like the manga that it was based off of came out before Squid Game.
Mm-hmm.
I think even the show itself came out before Squid Game.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I think Squid Game's the copy.
It might be. Yeah. I need to give it a go though. I'll give Alice in Borderland.
Yeah, it's cool. It really like. I think the first episode, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna finish this. Like that's the level I was at with it.
Really.
And by the end of it, I was like, it's all right.
Is there another season coming out? Do you know? Or?
There is.
Okay.
But they don't. As in, we don't know if it's gonna be like a continuation or like a spin-off type thing.
Okay.
So for me right now, it's wrapped up.
Okay.
It's done.
Very good insight. I'll
check it out.
I'll check it out.
I'll check out The Glory.
Please do. Yeah.
I've got a watch list.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 1,000 films long.
Wow.
This is going at the bottom of that.
Right at the bottom.
Yeah, so after 1,000 films.
How old do you think you'll be when you end up watching it?
No, it won't be. I won't put it at the bottom. The way I work with films is I need to be in the right frame of mind, time, space, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But with a TV show, it's because it's shorter episodes. It's not like I'm committing 2, 3, 4 hours.
Yeah.
I can just put it on, turn it off whenever.
Mm-hmm,
so like when I'm eating, I'll watch a TV show or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Fair enough. That makes sense. Talking about gripping stuff.
Talking about eating.
And eating, actually, yes. We've recently, as a duo, have been going to a number of different North and South Indian places for eating, right?
For nourishment.
And I mean, I've always liked this sort of food. Like, it's always been, like, I've always liked it. But recently, I think I've developed an appreciation for it. Because we went to this place, very local from mine, had a lot of pani puris.
Mm-hmm.
We had a ghee masala dosa, right? The crispy one, right? It's not just soft; it's crispy because of the ghee.
Paper roast, ghee
paper
as well.
roast, yeah. Thin, crunchy,
you go, man.
beautiful. But what did get me, and so the food's amazing, right? But what did get me, right, was in this restaurant, they had 2 TVs, and they were playing some really, really sensual, really erotic. Either like music videos or like film videos or whatever, but like it's always very, very erotic. And I don't know if I was sweating because of the food or the videos I was watching. I was like, what's the purpose? Like, what? Why do they do that?
No, it surprised me as well because the place we went to, it was a vegetarian restaurant. But the stuff on the screens, that was non-vegetarian.
It was meaty.
It was meaty as well.
It's very meaty.
So there's this thing, right? Let me give you a little breakdown about the Indian film industry. Okay, so the Indian film industry, their films, they're all, not all, mostly are musicals, right?
Right.
You learned this with the A.R. Rahman conversation that we had.
Top lad.
And Top Keys. And with these songs, part of the film, they become a part of the promotion for the film. So before the film's released, they'll release the soundtrack and be like, oh, people start listening to it. They might vibe with it, you know, and if a song's really good, they'll be excited for the film.
Like little teasers for the audience. Okay.
No, as in they'll release the whole soundtrack before the movie.
The whole thing.
Yeah. So if they like a song, they're more likely to go and watch the film, right? And then a trend started, I think, around... No, it was quite old. I don't think the phrase came about, but a trend started where they'd bring in, like, guest performances and the songs attached to them. It would usually be a very, very nice lady.
Right.
And the songs attached to them were called item songs.
Okay.
Which is, like, the purest form of objectification that you can get.
So when you say nice lady, you mean a very attractive
lady.
Yes.
Okay. Not Mother Teresa. As in Mother Teresa.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
Where did that come from?
I'm not saying like nice in that way.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Did I save myself? Just about.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see where you go from here.
So they bring them in.
Yeah.
Put on a nice. The song needs to be like as raunchy as the person, you know, and the dance. And so, it just became a trend. I think during the 80s, there was this famous actress called Silk.
Okay.
And she's basically like the Marilyn Monroe of the Indian film industry.
Okay.
Which is like seen as like a sex symbol,
Mm-hmm.
but also there's like a huge tragic backstory, you know,
To her.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
like in real life.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, the songs, they usually became hits because people got excited
Mm-hmm.
for the film.
Yeah.
And sometimes these songs would be the reason that people came to the film to see that guest performance by that attractive lady.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So then it became a trend, and as in the songs are usually pretty good.
The song was fantastic.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, right? But it was just, as I said, I was just sweating a bit.
Yeah, no,
It
it was an
got quite
extremely
spicy.
unnecessary combination of
Yeah.
that and the spicy food.
and
Or
like-
maybe it was just right. Maybe it gave you a good...
Maybe it was a mix of both.
Yeah.
Like the spice from the food and also the videos. But
Wait,
also,
did it add to your experience?
it did. No, it definitely heightened the experience. And like, what I can't help but notice is like they're all really good dancers. Like, it's crazy how good they are. Like,
no, everyone needs to be
Yeah,
able
a
to
certain
do a bit
level.
of everything.
right, okay.
Yeah.
As in, I was thinking about it actually in hindsight because when I go to Korean restaurants or like a Korean salon or whatever, right? It's the same thing there. Like, obviously they've got TVs and they play like K-pop, right?
Mm-hmm.
But K-pop nowadays isn't like the K-pop from before,
Right.
right? K-pop from before was like cutesy,
Yeah.
it was like like
Yeah.
it was cute, man. It was
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff, right? Nowadays, K-pop's like it's turned, man. It's not PG anymore. It's
Uh-huh.
like have you heard of Blackpink?
I have heard of
Blackpink.
Yeah.
Do you know what their tagline is?
No.
Blackpink in your area. That's their tagline.
What does that mean?
Have you ever been on a football stream or like a movie stream and then a pop-up comes up
Oh,
and it says Jennifer, 45,
is that what that's
in your area?
like? Do you know that's what that
No,
means?
it's definitely not. But it just reminded me of that, right? And I'm like, yo,
Do you
these
not
guys are
think it's
steamy.
like? No, I think it's more like, oh, Blackpink, we're so big, like everyone knows about us. We're in your area, man.
No, but maybe, but I mean, like,
Or it could be a threat. You know what? I'm in your area, bro. Be careful.
but subconsciously as well, it ignites that sense of sensuality, which is very
I think
scary.
that's just you.
Okay, it might just be me. I'm just creating conspiracy theories about Blackpink. No, but forget that example. Like, just generally, K-pop nowadays is like
Right,
very,
I
very,
get what
it's
you
very
mean.
raunchy now. It's
Yeah.
very like so. Things have changed, man. We're living in a very
You sound like an old man.
Do I?
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking
Okay,
facts.
things have changed.
I'm just speaking facts.
Have things changed,
I think so.
or have we just got older?
Mix of both, I guess. Again.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, man. Just yeah. Good food, good vibes,
Mm.
good dancing.
What was your favorite dish? The masala
Favorite
dosa?
dish. The masala dosa. I mean, there's something about pani puri, like, so not this restaurant, but another restaurant we went to, which is a bit more high end.
It really isn't. But
Is
as
it
in,
not?
I
It
think
is a
I
bit
think the
more high
vibe
end,
kind of is, but like it's. I
Because
think
that
it's
place didn't have any
well-priced.
TVs,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, okay, fine.
So I consider
That's
that high end,
Okay.
right? It didn't need erotic dancers to attract people in to eat the food. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
That place had a pani puri, and like I've had a normal pani puri, if
Just
I
a
can say
standard
so,
one, you mean?
a standard
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
right? But this one had like a cream cheese in the middle, and it was bigger and it was juicier, and it just exploded in my mouth.
That explosion, man.
That explosion!
So good.
Imagine that explosion with an erotic dancer on the screen. I don't think I'll be able to leave that restaurant. It's clean up on aisle 13 right there. Yeah,
I don't know why we were supposed to be a Halloween episode. I don't know why it's taken this
turned into
turn.
something else.
I'm
but
disgusted. Speaking of Halloween,
mhm.
what happens after Halloween? The month of
November, Scorpio gang.
no, I think we're in Scorpio season.
Are we Scorpio
now.
right now?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, you shouting out? Do you know anyone that's in your Scorpio gang?
My girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
That's
fine.
why I know.
Fine. Yeah, November.
November.
So recently you had an extra feature,
Yes, I did. Yes.
and
yes.
I was wondering if it would make a comeback. I'm speaking about Yoni's gone but not forgotten moustache. It was beautiful.
I really liked it, man.
I loved
As
it,
in,
man.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
I mean, because
And when it went away, it kind of crushed me a bit.
same. I mean, the conflict I was having was I liked it,
Mm.
You liked it,
Mm.
and a lot of my friends liked it. A lot of people liked it. Even people from work liked it.
Mm.
But then there were 2 people that didn't like it,
And they trumped everyone.
and they happened to be the 2 most important females in my life.
Right.
Actually, no, there's 3, and the 3rd one didn't like it either.
She's not that important.
She's important as well.
Okay.
So it's my sister, my girlfriend, and my mum.
Ah.
They all absolutely hated it. My mum said some of the most terrible things to me.
Wow.
She said I looked like a Mexican with an identity crisis. That came from my mum, man. She's the one that cuts all my fruit. And she said that to me. That's how much she hated it.
Did you
But,
get?
I was deeply upset.
Okay.
But it's not even just that as well, man. Like I went to Malaga. I don't remember. I went to Malaga last month, and I went with, it was me, my girlfriend, my sister, and
Yoni the Globetrotter, by the way. But carry on.
my sister and Jade's, or my girlfriend's sister. So it's just a sibling thing, right? And my sister and my girlfriend's sister, they're both quite young. They're both, late
Yeah.
teens,
Yeah.
early 20s, right? So they're much younger than us.
Not much, but carry on.
They're quite a bit younger than us, but
They're
they're
not. It's just a little bit younger. But
just a
carry
little bit, right? No, but this is what hurt.
on.
They were calling me
Uncle.
a speedo without the S the whole trip.
As in your sister and
My sister and
This
even,
is-
I think
this
even
is-
I think
okay,
even my
okay.
girlfriend was calling
Let's
me
go
that.
back to the glory. Okay, that's bullying.
This is bullying,
That's
right?
fully bullying.
And like I had to pretend to be.
You're
happy
trying
and
to like
laugh.
express who you are,
my
and
personality.
they're attacking that.
Exactly.
It's sometimes it be your own people, your own fam.
Your own crew. Your
That's
own crew,
disgusting, man.
innit? But I think now I've got a valid reason to do it. November,
Yeah, 100%.
charitable.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna tell me to shave it because I'm doing this for charity, right? I'm gonna give this money to charity.
I'm doing it for awareness.
I'm doing it for the people.
Yeah.
And you're telling me to. Are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
So yeah.
And then you should do that all year round.
Yeah.
Look at this,
That's it.
trying to create awareness.
Are you gonna do it?
I don't know what that means.
Are
What do you want me to
Are
do?
you in November? Just go clean
Oh,
and then start again. I mean, the problem is you've got a majestic beard, which I know is taking quite a lot of time,
yeah.
and it is, guys. The beard is very majestic. So
Drop a comment below if you think the beard's majestic, guys.
it is super majestic. But yeah, we're ending it on a charitable note.
An aware note.
And a what?
Aware?
Awareness.
A werewolf.
Halloween.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I tried to bring it back around. The true horror, apparently, are moustaches.
Yes.
Yeah?
But I just want to take this time to say, listen, you do you, right? If you want to grow a tash, grow the tash, right?
I was properly thinking.
Mm.
Because I thought there was going to be some side thing
Yeah.
that you were going to had a little announcement to make or something. But you just, no, you're still on that. Carry on.
Yeah.
No,
If
keep
you want to
going.
grow a tash, grow a tash.
Do your Optimus Prime speech now. Do your Optimus Prime speech. Do give me the
I
tash
can't
speech
do it justice,
as
man.
no. Try your best. You can do it.
Listen, brothers. Transform and grow out the tash. Oh, this is so tragic, man. Why are you getting me to do this?
Just do it.
Allow it, man.
Listen, I need to be inspired.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
They're all out there.
Mm-hmm.
Inspire them for November.
Okay.
This is up to you. It's down to you. It's
Right.
right to you. It's left to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Listen,
Go. We're ready.
I know what it feels like. Getting mercilessly bullied by your own people, by your own girlfriend, by your mum, who's such a pleasant woman.
Mm.
I know what it feels like, right? But listen, you're the most important person in your life. You are integral. So if you want to do something, just go ahead and do it. Right? Don't let the haters say anything.
No, as in there's some things you shouldn't do.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Go.
Don't reanimate spiders. Don't you dare do that, right? Because I've got a problem with that. Okay.
Do something. As long as Yoni doesn't want you to do it, don't do that.
Exactly.
But there's some things you shouldn't do.
Right.
If Yoni doesn't like it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, do it.
Exactly.
But carry on.
Don't force your boyfriend to watch a horror film against his will. Don't do that, right? But if you want to grow a tash, you go ahead and do it. And I'll be doing it with you next month. Right, we're in this together. All right, roll out. Thank you.
That was really good.
Thank you.
I felt so inspired.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm happy. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to inspire the next generation, the now generation, the future generation. I'm here to inspire. Okay.
If you like what you heard here today,
Yes.
consider liking, consider subscribing, share it around.
We've got different socials, so
Yeah.
check us out, man.
We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Music.
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, that's the one. We're not doing
We're
any
everywhere.
music. We might be on Apple Music soon, who knows?
Digital footprint.
Yeah.
So that's a wrap from myself and the disgraced magician.
Have a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, guys.